Okay, we're going to look at the Chapter 8, Maintaining Mathematical Proficiency. Normally this is mostly a review, but in the lesson for today, you're going to see some new concepts, so just make sure you pay close attention. Okay, graph the linear equation. So it does not say it in the directions, but we are going to use a table of values. So we're not going to use the characteristics that we know about slope and y-intercept because we need to get back to using a table because all the functions that we're going to graph in this chapter will start off with a table. And I know you don't have a lot of room to make a table, so maybe you need to crunch it on the side of your paper. But just as a reminder, you're making an x and a y table, and you are choosing some values for x and substituting them into x in the equation and recording what you get for y and then plotting that ordered pair. So I always suggest choose 5 values, some negative, some positive, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. You could have chose anything, but I think those are the 5 easiest. And then just plug them in for x. So I'm doing 4 times -2, which was -8. Minus 5, -13. 4 times -1 is -4. Minus 5 is -9. 4 times 0 is 0, minus 5 is -5. 4 times 1 is 4, minus 5 is -1. And 2 times 4 is 8, minus 5 is 3. So then you should go ahead and make an x and a y-axis. And you can number your graph however you want. If you want to go by 2s or 1s, it's up to you. I'm just going to go by 1s, knowing that some of these won't fit on there. So I see that -1, -9 won't, 0, -5. 1, -1. 2, +3. Go ahead and draw your line. And make sure you put the arrows on each end. So these should be a review for you. So why don't you go ahead and push pause, try numbers 2, 3, and 4, and when you're done, push play and you can come check your answers. Okay, you can check your answer for number 2 here. So you multiplied by -2 and then added 3. Notice you've got a negative slope. Number 3, multiplied by 1/2, or you took half of the input x and then added 3. It's a positive slope. And number 4, make sure you noticed here this was -x, which is really multiplying by -1 and then adding 2. Okay, next ones, we're going to evaluate some expressions here. We're going to do a couple of these together because I want to make sure you realize the correct order that you have to evaluate exponents with. So right now it says x equals -4. We need to substitute that in for x. So I'm not going to skip any steps when I work through the problem so that I don't miss something. So I'm just going to substitute in -4 first. 2 times -4 squared plus 8. Okay, now you need to remember the order of operations says that I need to do this exponent right here, exponent, before I multiply the 2. So I need to do -4 squared. Well, -4 squared is -4 times -4, which is +16. I'm going to bring everything else down. So I have 2 times 16, which is 32, plus 8, and I have 40. Next one, I have -x squared plus 3x minus 4. I'm going to put a 1 in there because that's really going to help me know how to evaluate the x squared. So I have -1 times -4 squared plus 3 times -4 minus 4. So again, order of operations says I need to multiply -4 squared first. Not multiply, but you need to evaluate -4 squared first. So -4 times -4 is again +16. Bring down the multiply by -1, add 3 times negative 4 minus 4. So now multiplication, negative 1 times 16 is negative 16. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. So I could write plus negative 12 or just minus 12 and minus 4. So negative 16 minus 12 is negative 28. Minus 4 is negative 32. Next one. So negative 3 times negative 4 squared minus 4. Again, exponents first. Negative 4 squared is positive 16 times by negative 3. Then bring down, subtract 4. Negative 3 times 16 is negative 48. Minus 4 is negative 52. And last one that we'll do together here. 5x squared. So 5 times negative 4 squared minus negative 4 plus 8. This part of minusing whatever x was, you have to be really careful because you're substituting in negative 4 right there. So negative 4 squared is negative 4 times negative 4, which is 16. 5 times 16 minus negative 4 plus 8. 5 times 16 is 80 minus negative 4 plus 8. Minusing a negative is the same thing as adding. So 80 plus 4, 84 plus 8 is 92. So you can go ahead and try 9 through 12. When you're ready to check your answers, just push play. So you can push pause right now and try those. Okay, I'll show you the answers for 9 through 12. If you made a mistake, you don't get the right answer, just push pause so you can go back through and see where your error was. Number 9 should be 96. Watch out, negative 4, 8 times negative 4 was positive 32. 10 should be 119. 11 is negative 44. And 12 is 42. Okay, on this next one, we are going to be graphing this function here, y equals x squared, something that we haven't graphed yet. So what you need to know is that is the same thing as saying y equals x times x. So whatever x is, you're multiplying it by itself. So I see my inputs have been listed for me, so I'm taking this number x, which is negative 3, and multiplying it by negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. It is super important that you get the accurate sign. Next one, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Negative 1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared, 1 times 1 is 1. 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4. 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9. And then you are going to go graph these values on the coordinate graph. And once you have your points plotted, you're going to want to make a smooth curve. So these should never be jagged lines. You're just going to kind of round them out really smoothly and put 2 arrows at the end. A U-shaped graph like this is called a parabola. Okay, next one. Now we have a little bit more complicated of a function. So y equals 2x squared minus 4x minus 5. So here's where we're going to need what we just went over about when we evaluate expressions with exponents in it, and I'm really going to have to be careful to not lose a sign. So I'm taking negative 1, or whatever I have for x, and I'm replacing x with that value in two places in this function. So I'm going to show out all my work here so that you can keep track of it. So first one I'm going to do is -1. So 2 times -1 squared minus 4 times -1 minus 5. -1 squared is -1 times 1. Remember, you do the exponent first, which is 1. So 2 times 1 minus 4 times -1 minus 5. So you have 2 plus 4, because negative times the negative is a positive, minus 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. So you have a value of 1 there. Okay, now I'm going to substitute in 0 for x. So I'm doing 2 times 0 squared minus 4 times 0 minus 5. 0 squared is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. -4 times 0 is 0. Minus 5. 0 minus 0 is 0. Minus 5 is -5. Next one, I am going to substitute in a 1. So 2 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 minus 5. 1 squared is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Minus 4 times 1 is 4. Minus 5. 2 minus 4 is -2. Minus 5 is -7. Okay, now I'm going to substitute in a 2. 2 times 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 5. 2 squared is 4. So 2 times 4 minus 4 times 2 minus 5. 2 times 4 is 8 minus 8 minus 5. 8 minus 8 is 0. Minus 5 is -5. And I'm running out of space here. Okay, I'm going to substitute in a 3. So 2 times 3 squared minus 4 times 3 minus 5. 3 squared is 9. 2 times 9 minus 4 times 3 minus 5. 2 times 9 is 18. Minus 4 times 3 is 12 minus 5. 18 minus 12 is 6, minus 5 is 1. And last one, I'm substituting in a 4. So 2 times 4 squared minus 4 times 4 minus 5. 4 squared is 16. So 2 times 16 minus 4 times 4 is also 16 minus 5. 2 times 16 is 32 minus 16 minus 5. 32 take away 16 is 16. Take away 5 is 11. And now I am going to go plot these points. So -1, 1, 0, -5. 1, -7, 2, -5, 3, +1, sorry, and 4, +11, which is off the graph. Okay, now I'm going to draw a smooth curve. Okay, I don't expect that for every value you're plugging in that you show all this work. If you can use some mental math in your head, you're more than welcome to do that, so you don't have to write out every single equation and show me your work with that.